Okay, so we saw a little bit about PHP last video, and we saw the values you can do. We saw echo, um, and so you might be thinking, all right, Michael, what else can we do with PHP? Well, just like most programming languages, we can make variables. So in PHP, it has a very specific syntax, and so variables start with a $, and then you can have any sort of name after that you want. So we can do like name equals, and then this syntax should look familiar. So going back to JavaScript, this should look pretty familiar. The assignment to a variable is the exact same, besides the semicolon being required. The only difference is instead of a keyword like var or let or const, we use a $sign. And so just like JavaScript, PHP is a weakly typed language, meaning that you don't have to declare that this variable is going to be a specific type. You just use a $sign, and you can go ahead and put whatever you want in it, Boolean, string, number, you name it. So that's how you make variables in PHP. And so we've made a variable, and now we can echo that variable. And so we just use it by referring to it. So $name equals my name, echo that name. And if we run php index.php, you'll see that it echoes my name. And that's all there is to variables with PHP. That's the only difference, is this $sign rather than var, let, or const. So you can use variables just like you did with JavaScript. So you can add variables together. You can concatenate. So that's a good point. So let's talk about concatenation a little bit. Concatenation is a little different in PHP. So with JavaScript, you were used to doing something like, let's do sentence equals is the instructor of the course. So in JavaScript, you were used to doing something like this. So you'd use a plus sign, and that would concatenate it. If you run that, you'll see that you'll get an error. A non-numeric value encountered, because in PHP, a plus sign is only meant for addition. It's not used for concatenation. So what do? So what we'll do in PHP for concatenation is a period. That's it. That's the only thing. So if we run this again, we will see it run fully. There we go. So you'll use dot for concatenation. Another thing you can do is you can, just like with JavaScript, you can kind of use a template string syntax. So if we do something like this, with double quotes, that's actually a template string. So $name is going to actually be interpreted by this variable. So if we go like this, you'll see it. You'll see the first sentence, and then you'll see the second sentence. You notice they won't necessarily do a new line. So if you wanted to do a new line, you use a backslash like that in, so that it would be printed on the next line. So template strings are only used with double quotes. If you use single quotes, that's a valid string, but $name will literally be interpreted as $name. So here we go. And new line characters won't be properly interpreted. So double quotes, for the most part, you can probably just stick with double quotes. If you have just simple strings, you can use single quotes. But if you have to do like new line characters, that's going to be a thing. So that's our next difference, is using dot syntax for concatenation. So Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.